back to my channel. My name is Susan. I'm a first-time mom, a content creator, and I have a brain tumor. That's what my content's about. So today I'm very excited for. It is Time Capsule Day. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Today is the last day of 2024. What a year. I'm giving you a heads up right now. This video is going to get emotional. This has been the best year and the worst year of my life, all tangled up into one. We had a quick recap. We had our daughter Julia this year, which was the most beautiful experience of my life. And then I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, which was the hardest, darkest moments of my life. So let's get into it. I start my time capsules in January and I add things to them throughout the year. So I honestly don't know what's in the bottom of this box. And I actually have all my time capsules from starting in 2021 until now, 2024. So depending on how long this video gets. Actually, no, if you want to see what's in my last year's boxes, there is a video on that I posted last year. But today we're going to open 2024's time capsule and go through all of the stuff that's in it. And then I store it and my kids can open them one day and like go through everything. But there will be a video that goes with them. I'm very type A. So now that I'm actually posted on YouTube, I might put a QR code to the video on the box. So my kids can just scan them and watch them one day. So anyways, let's get it. So this is how to build your time capsule. Is really simple, honestly, because I've been doing it for so many years now. I have it down to kind of a science. Get a shoe box or like a plastic box, just anything that doesn't take up a ton of space because you don't want to hoard everything, just little tidbits of memories. And my like go-tos are all of the cards from the year go in here because I do like to save them. And then any just like little moments that are gonna spark the memory. So maybe it's a receipt to someplace, or maybe it's a hospital bracelet, or a little souvenir that you picked up along the way that doesn't really have a place in your home, but you want to remember it. That is perfect for your time capsule. Love letters and all the things. So let's open it and see what we have. Because like I said, I really don't know what's in here from the beginning of the year. So Christmas cards. This was a fat sack. This is the most Christmas cards we've ever gotten. And I was really excited about it. So this was our Christmas card this year, which our first family of 3, well 4 if you count Maggie, Christmas card. And then we have just like cards from all of our friends and families. I made a lot of actually I'm going to show the ones with the kiddos on them, even though they are on the internet, because a lot of my mom friends are being like influencers and content creators right now, which I love, but I don't want to share their kids without their permission. But I made a lot of new friends this year through Motherhood, one of which we actually had our babies on the same day, our little 4th of July babies. And so yeah, just the mom friends I've made this year. These are the backs of their 3 cards. But I'm just so grateful for this community. And it's funny because I live in a small town. These are people that I knew of or like were acquaintances of. But then once we all got pregnant around the same time and had our kiddos, we have become just best friends. It's the people that you can text and be like, don't judge me, and you don't even have to add the don't judge me part because none of us are going to judge each other. And we just ask each other questions and talk about life. This one was really special to me. My brother-in-law gave it to me. I actually gave both my husband and I cards, and they were just really, I had a really nice, like a note in it, which was sweet. This was my Christmas card to Chris. And then the rest of these are, well, I almost stored a gift certificate for the whole year, which is why we go through these and make sure there's nothing left in them. But just, I absolutely loved all of the Christmas cards this year. And it was Julia's first Christmas, so she has her first Christmas cards, which is all just really special. So first little bit in here is the holiday cards. I broke my old phone, which is in here. And then I have the box for my new phone, which was not intended to be got this year. But I ended up with the 16 Pro Max. But this is kind of cool too, because you can look through. I don't have like the boxes to my old technology, that like the smaller ones, like my 13 Pro Max. I have the box in there for the 2021 or 2022 year that I got that. And like, I don't know, just I remember being a kid and playing with my parents' old flip phones when they got rid of theirs. So maybe my kids will enjoy looking back at my old tech, because I mean, I'm sure this will be so outdated by the time they're actually looking through these. The receipt for a coffee cake that my best friend's parents sent us. Thank you, Hamilton's. It was the from the original Boston Coffee Cake Company, and it was delicious. A little note that I had left Julia and Chris on one of the days that I had to leave early for doctor's appointments. So this is kind of going in reverse order. So we're in like November now. So we went December, November. This is a card that my little brother had a school assignment and he had to write a card to someone, and he wrote me his card, which was very sweet. Probably the nicest thing he did for me this year. He's 13. Can't. Expectations are low. This is a thank you card from my in-laws. We threw them a surprise 30th anniversary party this year. This is a bracelet that Sky, my best friend, had sent me. She lives in Italy, and she had sent me this when I was fresh out of the hospital after being diagnosed with a brain tumor. It was actually like a whole get well care package, but the bracelet says life is tough, but so are you. The next little bit is a lot of get well cards from the brain tumor diagnosis. That's actually what all of this is. The notes that were in the flowers that people sent. Spoonful of Comfort. It's another care package that comes with like soup and rolls and cookies, and that was great because we didn't have to think about food during such a hard time to navigate. That was super helpful, but this is the card that came with that. Add a gift card to the spa, and when I was recovering from the seizure and everything, my mom and sisters and I went to the spa for massages and to relax, and that was really nice from that. And this is also the receipt from that, which I kept the receipt because the total came out to 222, and it was just funny that that was an angel number when I was like really in desperate need of a sign that things were going to be okay. This is a card that my friend Yana had sent me probably, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks before my seizure happened, and it sat on my desk because I was working from home at the time, and it would sit on my desk and I would look at it every day, and I just loved the bows. It was so pretty. And then when I picked up my work stuff off of my desk because it was sitting there and making me feel not great about not being at work, I put this away too, because I distinctly remember I had cleaned up my desk the afternoon that my seizure happened, and I remember distinctly like cleaning a space off to put this there, and just that whole day is still pretty triggering for me. So that's why this has ended up in the time capsule and is not still on my desk. But I do love it. And she was talking about how, oh my God, see, I told you this was gonna get emotional. How proud she was of me for juggling. I had a really hard transition from maternity leave into balancing working again and being a mom. And she was just writing about how proud she was of me, and I've read this card on a daily basis in the weeks that I had it before everything changed. My mom's very rooted in her faith, and I have faith, but I'm not nearly at the expert level that she is. And she had ripped these pages out about experiencing a storm and health, and I just really love these pages. So after I read them, and I had like kind of read them a couple times a day for a while, and then I put them in. Published a book. This was my galley, so it's the proof copy essentially that you get to make sure that everything's right, and like I had a few edits that I needed to make. But this is My Moon and My Stars, which is about the first few weeks of motherhood and pregnancy and all of that good stuff. a letter that I wrote to Chris about a month after the seizure. Things were still really hard, and it was just thanking him for being my rock through all of this. It was my hospital band from, I think, getting my MRIs, my brain scans. It was either my emergency room bracelet. This was the bracelet from when I had Julia. I had entered to win like a giveaway for baby stuff, and I won this right before Julia was born, so that was really exciting. I kept like the little winner tag. Chris and I's anniversary, maternity leave, I had this huge project that I was working on, and it stressed me the fuck out. And on the last day of filming, my friend surprised me by dropping off a coffee and a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and she didn't even put her name on it. I knew who it was from because I recognized the handwriting, but she said, "Everything is hard before it is easy, but you're doing the best job. Love, Julia." So she had sent the coffee and the flowers from my baby, even though it was from Liz. A soon card and tag that came with Sky's care package. So some of this stuff is mixed in. Valentine's Day. So this was from Maggie, me, it's not gonna me, Maggie, and the baby, because the baby was not here yet. For my birthday, a birthday letter from my Uncle Joey. Cards. I still have my job there. I'm just not currently working because of the whole brain tumor thing at a coin company, and we had personalized things, so I had got these for Chris. They're of our dog Maggie. Absolutely love these. Oh, this is what that came in. I'm gonna put that back in here. So if you're in the market for personalized coins or currency, the little coin that I was just holding comes in this velour pouch, and then the show pack came in this. Look at me. Mother's Day cards, my first Mother's Day. This was the invite to my baby shower, which all the details on my baby shower are in a YouTube video you can go watch. But the theme was, "We are enchanted to meet you." Yes, I'm a Swiftie through and through, and I am unapologetic about it. The games that we played at the baby shower. It's just a stack of those. A beautiful birthday card from Liz, which I don't need the envelope. Look at me learning how to let stuff go. And then Chris had his 30th birthday this year, so these are all of his birthday cards from being 30. It was the lunar, or I don't know which eclipse, but it was an eclipse year this year, so we wore these and stared outside as it got completely dark in the middle of the day. That was April 8th. And these were the sunglasses that we needed to watch that. So that was pretty cool. And I kept a pair of glasses. And then Dream Life Loading launched a 21-day life reset, and this is the workbook for that. I have in my time capsule for this year, and there is a lot of stuff that is in a different home. Most of the sentimental stuff for Julia is in her baby box, because obviously I have some, like my bracelet is in here, but the rest of her stuff is definitely in her box because I want her to have that and not have to go hunting for it. 2024 was just such a wild ride. How did I have all this stuff in here before? Actually, I think that might fit. One sec. That fits. Kind of. 2024 was... I spent the first 6 months of 2024 terrified to give birth, and I would actually go for a morning walk, and I would walk to the hospital and walk around the parking lot, because I was like, the more I'm here, the more safe or familiar I'll feel about it, which is so ironic because now when I drive by the hospital or walk by the hospital, I get a knot in my stomach because I think of everything that happened after. But so the first 6 months I was just terrified to be a mom. I thought that my baby was going to hate me and that I wasn't going to know what to do and that I was just terrified. And it's just the unknown, right? Like I didn't have a baby before. I didn't know what life was going to be like. And so I spent the first 6 months of the year really rigid and terrified, which is so I, ironic. I think the word of the year, the word I had chosen for the year of 2024 in January was intentional. And now looking back, the actual word of the year was fear. Because like I said, I spent the first 6 months terrified, and then I had Julia, and we had the most amazing, beautiful, positive birth experience I could have asked for. And we left the hospital, and I just felt so nostalgic for the hospital. It was the most perplexing thing for me because I'd always been scared of hospitals. I don't like needles. I pass out or I throw up. And then I was like this longing and like desire, I guess. I just loved that experience so much with the hospital, with having Julia. And then 6 weeks flew by and I started having the ocular episodes, which I thought were ocular migraines. Turns out they were seizures and ended up being symptoms of the brain tumor. Didn't know that at the time. So 6 weeks flew by, and then I'm back to work, and I'm working and being a mom and trying to find some sort of a balance between all of those things. I really struggled going back to work. That was really hard for me. And then I was back at work for 2 months. No, a month and a half. No, yeah, a month and a half. And then I had the grand mal seizure. And then I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I know that a couple years from now, I can be able to look back on this and be like, I understand the purpose behind it. I'm still in the thick of it right now, but like, how perplexing that I got a front row seat to new life and birth and the beauty of not just a hospital, but like the beauty of life itself. And then 3.5 months later, I'm sitting in an ER and they're telling me I have a brain tumor and I don't know if I'm going to live. And now I feel like death has wrapped its arms around me and I'm terrified. Like, is my daughter going to grow up without a mom? Am I going to die? Am I going to be able to speak, communicate? Am I going to be able to see? And it's just, I'm so thankful that I got the first part of this year, that I got the beautiful birth experience and the positive, nostalgic feelings of the hospital, because now when I go in for brain scans and other things, I think like it's not just bad, it's not just turmoil, it's not just death. Like there is life and beauty here. And you know, even when I'm walking around, not the hospital where I had Julia, but the hospital that I'm getting my tumor treatment at, I see new parents, you know, walking out for the first time with their babies, and it makes me smile because it's there's good things there too. I was talking about this whole concept of like life, death, the feelings of nostalgia, the PTSD aspects of the trauma and healing process that I'm going through right now with waking up in an ambulance and just the different things. And I was like, it feels like a really gnarled up ball of yarn that has been so tangled of these concepts of life and death. And I was like, I just don't know. Like, do I even try to open that? Like, it feels like Pandora's box. Like, I feel like maybe I shouldn't. And he made a really nice, he sat on it for a minute because I don't think there's any right or wrong answer to it. But he was like, there is life and there is death, but we're really fortunate to have this moment. And I just want to take that into the new year, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't even know what's going to happen this afternoon. But in this moment right now, this moment of time that we are sharing, we can enjoy it and we can embrace it and we can just be present here. And that's a gift in itself that I'm thankful for. It's so strange to me that this year is over, that today is the last day that I can say I had a baby this year, because tomorrow I will not have had a baby in 2025. And that's just, time goes by really fast and you can't slow down, and there's always a silent clock ticking down. And we're all on some level aware of that, but ignore it too. I'm rambling. I'm trying to make sense of something that I probably will never understand. I don't think, maybe humans don't get to understand that. I have no idea. It's too much for my brain to process. But bottom line is, thank you, 2024. I spent way more time in a hospital than I bargained for, and I have spent 90% of this year terrified, whether it was becoming a mom, which ended up being the greatest thing on the whole planet. Juliet has saved my life in more ways than one. She is truly the light on my darkest days, and her laugh lights up every room she goes into, and the sparkle in her eyes is contagious. And I'm so beyond thankful to have found myself in motherhood, to be fulfilled in motherhood, to have made friendships in motherhood. Like, it is the most beautiful, magical piece of the world that I'm part of right now. And I needed that magic for the darkness that I have also experienced this year. The wondering and waiting and not knowing. And honestly, I've always been such a type A rigid person of like planning X, Y, and Z and having a plan and knowing exactly what to expect. And this year has really taught me to let go. And I have seen firsthand how I am getting better at letting go and just going with the flow. Especially with that last phone call we had with my neurosurgeon, where he was like, your tumor actually goes to the tumor board, hopefully today, if they get to my case. If not, it'll be next week. But at the time, it was 2 weeks ago. So he's like, New Year's Eve, your tumor goes to the tumor board case, and they make their recommendation on treatment. And in the meantime, we change your anti-seizure meds, the whole bit. But it was like, we still have no solid answers. But Chris and I got off that phone call and we're like, that was the best case scenario given the fact I have a brain tumor. And we're going to just take the wins where we can get them. Even if it's not a solid answer. Even if we don't know the plan. That's okay. We have this moment to be happy with the news that we got. Or the news that we don't necessarily have full answers of. Like, maybe it's not about knowing the right thing all the time or knowing exactly what the next step is. Like, maybe life would be so boring if we knew the whole plot before it happened, like, I don't know. Oh, this year's been so hard, but so beautiful in so many ways. I've already cried today, so I think I might have run out of tears, but I just wanted to share whatever this is, with you today. So thank you so much for being here. I can't express to you how much your support and you watching my videos means to me. It helps my family in the short term and helps me emotionally heal and self-express in the long term. So thank you for that. I can't thank you enough. I'm optimistic and thankful and excited for 2025. But as much as I don't hate 2024, because like I said, so many beautiful things happened in this time, and I could never hate the year that brought me so much love and joy and beauty. But I'm thankful for a new year, a new page, a new chapter. It's not a new year, new me. It's the same me, but I'm evolving and I'm changing and I'm growing. And hopefully learning how to actually live and not just survive, because I have spent the last 24 years living to make other people happy, to make other people proud. And all I want in 2025 is to find balance and to make myself happy and to make my family like my trio, Chris, Julia, and I happy, and to have some fun, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, and I don't want to have regrets when it is my time. So with that, I will see you next year. I know, so fucking annoying, but also so cute. I will see you guys next year. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.